we are. This is the nature of this material world. I was talking to some friend in India, and she was mentioning how rough time she's going through. I was talking to another person, and here he was mentioning how rough time he is going through. And then I got to know about the Texas situation, how hundreds of people lost their lives and innocent young kids, some girls in a summer camp, or it's unpredictable, right? Material world is so unpredictable, and suddenly, who would have thought that for hundreds and hundreds of people, so many people lost their lives, lost their homes, lost you know, their cars are floating like boats, and so much loss of life, property. This is nature of this world. But what to do? Whatever time Krishna has given us, we are able to utilize it, at least some portion of that, to remember him. That is ultimate shelter. Rest all is Shramaya Kevalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet. नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी आराध्यो भगवान् रुचेशतनयस्तद्धाम वृन्दावनम् रम्या काचिदुपासना व्रजवधूवर्गेण वा कल्पिता श्रीमद्भागवतं प्रमाणममलं प्रेमापुमार्थो महा श्रीचैतन्यमहाप्रभोर्मतमिदं तत्रादरनापरा नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाच इमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत् अखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणातो गादीर्प्राणं नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम् Om Tat Sat. Thank you so much, dear Vaishnavas, for taking out your most valuable time to read, hear, study Srimad Bhagavatam together. Thank you, Preeti Mataji, Sharma Mataji, Mandali Priya Devi, Shidal Mataji, and Ravi Prabhu. I'm very, very grateful to all of you that you are keeping Bhagavatam as a center of your life. Bhagavatam is not different from Krishna. And we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 10, which is like the beautiful Mukharavind of the Supreme Lord, the lotus face. Chapter 34, Nanda Maharaj saved and Shankachuda slain. So this chapter, we have almost completed the first half of the chapter, where Nanda Maharaj and the Vrajavasis, they go to the Ambikavan on the day of Shivaratri, and they are offering puja to Lord Shiva, who is Vaishnava Namyatha Shambhu, not asking for material things, but only asking for Vrindavan Rati, as we were discussing the five personalities which can give Vrindavan, Rajavas, Lord Shiva, Tulasi Devi, Rajraj, Raj Yamuna, and Giriraj. Five personalities. And of course, Guru, Sadhu, Vaishnavas, Acharyas, Prabhupada, etc. They're always there, but in this particular episode. So they were praying, they were all devotees, and did offer various paraphernalia, anna, milk, ghee, yogurt, etc. And the night they slept on the banks of the river, and a big monster snake came. His name, he was like a python, Ajgar, and started to coil and um, put Nanda Maharaj in his trap and started to swallow him, right? Nanda Maharaj cried, Krishna, Krishna, help me. Please remove this danger. He remembered his guru. Bonus point if you can tell the name of the guru. He remembered his guru and what he had told that Krishna will come and help. Krishna will be the savior of the Vrajavasis. Anyone? Any guesses? Who was that person? This is the Kahoot quiz for the day. Gargamuni, right? Gargacharya. Gargacharya had told when Krishna was born that Krishna will be rescuing you from all the dangers. But nonetheless, they never thought Krishna as Bhagavan. They never felt, oh, he's our savior, he's this, that. He's our child, right? But in danger, they were calling for him. Krishna came, first the Vrajavasis came with the torches and tried to shoo the snake away, but snake also represents ego, envy, does not go away very fast. Only one shelter, Krishna's Charanaravinda. Krishna came, touched his lotus feet to the snake, and snake transformed into a Vidyadhara. Bonus point if you can tell the name of that Vidyadhara.
Sudarshan.
Sudarshan, yes. Sudarshan. And then he narrated his story that he was proud of his beauty. He was often wealth, beauty, name, education, etc. They may make one proud that, oh, I'm better. So one has to be very careful. So he became proud and he offended the Vaishnavas. In particular, Agastya Muni cursed him to become a snake because you're acting like a snake. And then Sudarshana narrated his story and offered prayers, offered a circumambulation, and then finally left for his own planet, which is the upper planet, Vidyadhara Loka. The inhabitants of Vraju were astonished, but they all never felt that Krishna is God, in spite of extraordinary, unnatural, inhuman pastimes. And they all continued their worship and returned to Vraja, Vrindavan. This marks the completion. A lot of beautiful lessons in this chapter, in this segment of the chapter. And we have all covered that. So now we'll move on to the next episode of this chapter from text 20. Kadachid atha govindo ramaschaddbhuta vikramanaha vijapraturvane ratriyam madhyagau vraja yoshitam. Translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Once Lord Govinda and Lord Rama, the performers of wonderful feats, were playing in the forest at night with young girls of Vraja. Purport. This verse introduces a new pastime according to the Acharyas. The occasion mentioned here is the Holika Purnima, a day also known as Gaur Purnima, the day of Holi or Gaur Purnima. So a new pastime episode starts here, and Kadachit, right? Many stories begin with this point. Once upon a time, Ekada, right? Ekada Kridamanaste, Ekada Griyadasishu, Kadachit, right? Kadachit, once upon a time. What? Govinda and Rama. Who's Rama here? Balaram, right? So, what were they doing? They were playing Ratreo Madhav Gau, Madhya Gau. In the middle of the night, they were doing uh, Adbhuta Vikramanaha. Adbhuta, wonderful. Vikramanaha, pastimes, right? Extraordinary pastimes in the forest. So let's read if there are any additional outputs. So this episode is the Shankachuda slain episode in this chapter, which begins from here. Now, if I talk an ordinary guy in the middle of the night with young girls, that's certainly not inappropriate behavior. It's full of lust, right? But Krishna is beyond all that. Krishna, we have discussed the Rasalila pastimes, 5 chapters in great length. His association with the young girls is not does not have tinge of material lust. It's pure prema. And how can we say some logical points to prove it? Can anyone share? Why do you say that's prema and something else is mundane? Why? What are some rational points which a common person would would give some thought to? Just saying it, right? Just saying it is enough. Oh, Krishna's pastimes are transcendental, right? And he is allowed, but common person should not do it. So how can we say that that's mundane, that's lust, and Krishna's pastimes are pure love? Any rational points anyone wants to share?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, you had mentioned that uh, if if you want to do Leela like Krishna, then you also should be able to pick up Giriraj with your finger when you are 7 years old. That's one logic that I had heard in the class as well.
Yes, that's a beautiful point. Because the people who are doing that is different. If you're saying that Krishna, I can do what Krishna can do, then you've picked the Govardhan also. Then you kill Putna also. Then we will say, okay, then maybe we'll think about it. Okay, so that's very good. One rational point. What else are some rational points?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. But that point express more about Krishna's, Krishna is greater than. So if he can manage 16,108 wives, one cannot imagine that I have to marry 16,108 wives because you cannot manage, you cannot sustain, you cannot maintain. What I think about that, maybe you can correct me, that in the material so-called love, which is lust as per Bhagavatam, scriptures are saying, in the material thing, there is always, if I get something from you and you get something from me, then there is a relationship. But in on the spiritual platform, the gopis and Radharani has their unconditional love towards Krishna. Even in Sikshastakam, Ashlish Padratam, that verse is showing that my love is for you is unconditional, Krishna. Either you break me, either you embrace me, either you left me broken-hearted, I still love you. But in the material world, we won't see such cases that if you do anything wrong with me and I still love you, that's something not we haven't seen in the material platform. And other thing that the emotions are keep changing in the material world. They are there's a saturation point in the material love on the platform, but in the case of spiritual there is ever increasing love. It's like we have seen many instances when even when Krishna see Radharani, when Radharani see Krishna, the gopis, they see every day ever new Krishna. Ever their love is like always increasing, always ever fresh, youth. So that is not here. It's becomes like a, you know, initially, there's a point when you were saying that the person whom you love, we say that I can't live without you, and the same person we say that I can't live without with you. So this is the condition about the material thing, but this is not in the spiritual platform. And of course, the biggest third reason I would say that in the material thing is all depends on the bodily conception of life. Everything depends on the body. My relation, my wife, my thing. If I can enjoy, if I can do this, I can get it from, either on the mental platform or the body platform. Yes, but on the spiritual platform is nothing like that. So yes, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, nice points you shared. Anyone else wants to share anything? Like, how can I think of one more logical way? Ordinary people, how many of those stories are in the Bhagavatam in a good way? Even we see sometimes like Ajamil and that lady. That's not like a good example, right? Or so those things, it's not that the Bhagavatam or all these scholars like Shukdev Goswami, they do not understand this. Otherwise, they would have glorified that also. Oh, Jamil was enamored by a lady and that's amazing, right? No, it is clear difference. What is lust? What is love? So why would great acharyas, great Naishtik brahmacharis like Shukdev Goswami, like Narad Muni, etc., glorify the Rasa Leela? Are they troubled by lust? They want to hear about boy and girl affairs? No, they're not interested in all those mundane things, but they are interested in hearing about Krishna. And Janma Karma Chame Divyam, hearing about Krishna is transcendental because he is not um, overpowered with lust. He is always in pure love. And the proof is if we also hear with right attitude, our lust will go. There's another big difference between ordinary and Krishna. Ordinary people, if one is hearing, let's say, love songs, love movies, love this, so many things, what will happen? Those desires will pop up. Their desires will grow stronger. And these days we see so many wrong things are happening, right? Husband, wife, killing each other, and marriage or the fabric of marriage is getting diminished. The culture of grihastha ashram. Hmm. Talking about marriage, I was reading a book, Sacred Marriage, Secrets of Sacred Marriage. His Grace Kritu Prabhu. He gives 100 points to have a good husband-wife dynamics. I'm thinking to copy paste and make an article having those 100 points. Very, very nice points, by the way. So having this article, I think everyone will like it. And it would be very helpful to share these such valuable resources and gems. Anyways, so we are tiny, Krishna is infinite. So all these points are important whenever we are talking about Krishna's Leela with or the Raja Gokumaris. So with that, let's move on to the next verse, 21. Anyone wants to read? Who is in a position to read? Manjula, you want to read? Okay.
621. Upagiyamana lalit उपगीयमानो ललितं स्त्रीजनैर्बद्धसौहृदे स्व अलङ्कृतानुलिप्ताङ्गौ स्रग्विणौ विरजोम्बरौ. Krishna and Balram wore flower garlands and spotless garments, and their limbs were beautifully decorated and anointed. The women sang their glories in a charming way, bound to them by affection. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, the beautiful garments are described here, and the beautiful garlands. It's a beautiful, nice verse describing the beauty of Sri Krishna and Balaram. Their limbs were decorated beautifully and anointed. The women, the gopi girls, are singing their glories in a charming way, bound by the loving affection towards them. There's a beautiful verse which glorifies Krishna and Balaram. We all should memorize some verses to glorify the Supreme Lord. For example, there are verses to glorify Krishna. Can anyone tell any verse to glorify Krishna? If you see Krishna on the altar, Radha Krishna on the altar, or Krishna, or Govardhan, Srinathji, is there a verse you can offer to glorify him?
Yes, Prabhu, I can recite one verse.
Yes.
This is from 10th canto. Shyamam hiranya paridhim vanmarya धातु प्रवाल नटवेशम मनोव्रतांसे विनस्य विनस्य हस्त इतरेन्धुना नब्जं कर्णोत्पाल कपोल मुखाब्जहासम. So this verse is talking about the Krishnas like Shyamam Hiranyaparidhi. His complexion was dark blue and he's wearing a golden garment. He's wearing a peacock feather, colored minerals, and what are they? Flower birds, a garland of forest flowers. He was dressed just like a dramatic dancer. He rested upon the shoulder of a friend. He actually, this glorification, I think this is from the Brahmana's wives, is when he saw Krishna, and then he's reciting this verse because Krishna is putting his hand on upon one of his friend. So he's saying that he rested one hand upon the shoulder of a friend, and on the other hand he's twirled a lotus and the lilies on his ears and his curly hairs hanging down on his cheeks, and his face is lotus like, which is smiling. So that's the verse. Yeah.
Very
I mean, there
nice.
are many verses is like that
Mhm.
who's called talking about the
Very
Krishna's
nice.
beauty.
There's so many beautiful verses glorifying Krishna. So we should all know some verses to glorify our Lord, right? For example, we know what our child likes. We know what our husband or wife likes. So we should know some verses to glorify Krishna. And there are some simple verses also. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandana. So all these Nama Pankajanabhaya, right? A verse to glorify Lord Chaitanya, a verse to glorify Nityananda, a verse to glorify Jagannath, a verse to glorify Sri Radharani, Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi, right? Now I was saying that because there's a beautiful verse to glorify Krishna and Balaram together. Jaladhara Shashivarnau Gopavesho Kishoro Sahachara Ganavrindai Kridamano Vrajesho Natavarajitabesho Nilapitambaradio Jagat Janana Hetu Rama Krishna Natosmi. Jaladhara Shashivarna. The color like a monsoon cloud. Jaladhara Shashivarna. And the like the moon. So one has the moon color, Balaramji, whitish, and Krishna has the dark monsoon cloud complexion. Gopavesha, how are they dressed? In Gopavesha. Hmm? As we here also see about their spotless garments. Gopavesha Kishora, in the Kishora Avastha. Sahachara Gana Vrindai, they're traveling with their cowherd friends, cowherd boyfriends. Krida Manav Vrajeshu, doing unlimited pastimes, playful pastimes, playing with the cowherd friends, Rasalila, Gocharan Leela, all these are Kridas. Jaladhara Shashivarno, Gopavesha Krishora, Sahachara Ganavrindai, Krida, Natavara, Jitavesho, Natavara, the best of the dancers, as Mataji was also mentioning. These are the qualities, adjectives used for Krishna. Neela Pitambara. One is wearing Neela or blue garments, Balramji, and other is wearing Pila. Neela Pila. Pita. Pitambara. As we see this word Ambara comes here also. Ambarau, right? Jagat Janana Hetu. Jagat Janana Hetu. Uh, they do Prokar. They offer their blessings to the whole world. And to that Rama Krishna Natosmi, to that Rama and Krishna I offer my respects. So this uh, that struck me when Rama and Krishna are together. And we can, if we see Krishna Balram deities like in Vrindavan, like in ISKCON Alachua, and many other temples, Krishna Balram, we can offer this beautiful verse. We can remember their pastimes. We can remember their beauty, their dress, the buffalo horn they are carrying, the flower garlands they are carrying. Mm. So the the clothes are also transcendental. The clothes of Krishna and Balaram are expansion of, who can complete this?
Balaram.
Balramji. And they are serving in which rasa?
Balramji serving him in all the rasas. You
Yeah,
see
but the
that
clothes are serving in which rasa?
Shanta rasa.
Shanti rasa. And they are putting very nice anointments like gopi dots, sandalwood paste, chandan, etc. It's the springtime, right? The summer, the springtime. So they're all sing in a charming way. So devotees should be like bumblebees seeking Krishna Katha, like the Raja Gopis are teaching us that. These are the highest. Our whole parampara is Gopir Bhartur Padakamale or Das 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 Anudas. They are in a charming way with affection, right? Bound to them by affection. Isn't that what we want also? Isn't that what Prahlad Maharaj said? Hiranyakashipu asked him, "Hey, why are you so mad after Krishna?" He said, "Well, I don't know. It's like a magnet is naturally the iron. I'm like the iron. Krishna is magnet. Sarva Akarshada. He attracts everyone. So I am naturally bound towards him with affection, not because I am forced to." So yesterday we were doing an interesting activity, and I would encourage all of you also to do that, some of the kids. So I wrote some activities here. Hmm. These are all bhakti activities like hearing class, memorizing verses, etc. And hmm, it's a kind of a self-evaluation of our bhakti, spirits. Like what are the things we like to do, right? We love to do, like to do. What are the things I'm neutral about? Okay, I don't hate them, but some things maybe I wish I don't like to do, but I am more in the have to do. I have to do because my guru said, my teacher said, my father said, my mother said. So this is for the youth class I do, but I suggested even the parents. So even all of you, if you feel inspired, you can do this for your own self, for your own family members, and it will help you to know yourself better, and it will also help you to know your family members, the community, etc. better. And but the idea is that we can develop natural affection, right? So we can gradually go from have to do to the neutral zone and then love to do. What do you think the gopis mood is here? Have to do, neutral, or love to do?
I love to do
They love to do,
because
right? No, there's
they're
no one
spontaneous.
forcing them. Yeah, you have to do this, otherwise you'll get punishment. So the kids loved this, and it was insightful for them, and it was insightful for me. And I felt it was quite good to do this exercise with them. Any thoughts on this one? Let me know if you need this link, I can send it to you.
Yeah, it's good, Prabhu. You can share.
Okay, I'll put in the group. So, like the bumblebees are attracted to Krishna, like Prahlad Maharaj was attracted. Like the bumblebees are attracted around the garlands, especially like the flowers, right? That's a sign of good deity dressing because they are buzzing around. So devotees are attracted to Krishna. Hmm. They are attracted to the charming glories. But what are ordinary people are attracted to? Gramya Katha, village gossips, right? So what are we attracted to? What do we like to do? The conditioned soul naturally likes Gramya Katha. Conditioned soul does not like Krishna Katha. What is the solution? Solution is even if it is in the have to do, right? We are not in the Raganuga path, we are in the sadhana path. In the sadhana path, there may be some activities we have to do. Like the doctor will say, hey, don't do this, it's not good for your health, right? What will we say? No, 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 I know better. I don't like to, whatever, let's say someone has some health issue and they're not supposed to do something. They like to do it, but they're not supposed to do. So they have a choice. If they continue doing what they like to do, they'll ruin their health. But if they do those good things, follow the good routine, take the good medicine, etc., and even if they don't like to do, they will get better. And there will be a point they may start enjoying it, liking it naturally. And that is what we are all aspiring for. Next verse, text 22. Anyone wants to read?
I can start it.
Yes, ma'am.
मुखं मानयन्तव उदितोदुपतारकं मल्लिका गन्धमत्तल्मत्तानि दृष्टं कुमुदस्वायुना. Translation by Vedanta Philippa. The two lords praise the nightfall, signaled by the rising of the moon and the appearance of the stars. A lotus-scented breeze and bees intoxicated by the fragrance of jasmine flowers. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. The bee is intoxicated by the fragrance of the jasmine flowers. So there was right breeze, right lotus scent, fragrance, the right breeze. It was a full moon night of Purnima, Gaur Purnima or Holika Purnima, and the stars were there. So you see, everyone is transcendental and everyone is offering their best to arrange this Vikramana, arrange this Krida, arrange this pastime for the pleasure of Krishna and Balaram, right? Ali means bees. There was a devotee, there was a person named Muhammad Ali in Tehran. Ali, not the boxer. Another Srila Prabhupada named him, he became a Prabhupada disciple named Ali Krishnadas. Krishna, who is the bees are always intoxicated and are moving around Krishna. And then we can also learn the great lesson that how they are so enamored and intoxicated by the beauty of the Lord, and they never want to leave the Lord. So we can also become the servant of that Lord, Ali, Krishna, Das. So that was the mood, right? Intoxicated by the bees. And when the flower has the right scent, the bees naturally go there. So everyone is trying to do their best, not with the spirit of competition, but the spirit of collaboration and cooperation. Very, very important, especially in community. You're all in this community, right? In this society, international society. International society means diverse society, right? Diverse society, I mean, even in a small family, there is so much diversity. Do husband and wife think alike? Do kids, think alike? Everyone has different perspective, different interests, different likes, dislikes, etc., etc. So even to run a small family these days in a cooperative and collaborative spirit is no easy thing. What to speak now when you have 20 members, 50 members, 200 members, 20,000 members in society, and ISKCON has how many, like 2 million plus people? Is it easy? Not easy. 2 million, I said small, maybe there must be like 20 million. I don't have the count, but even in North America itself, there is thousands and hundred thousands of people. Even Sadhu Sangha itself, there were 4,000 like serious devotees, like were what to speak of all the well-wishers and all that. One of the friends was saying in Boston there were 10,000 people in Rath Yatra. Did you go, Shurma Mataji, to Boston Rath Yatra? Did you get a chance?
No, Prabhuji, I tried, but I couldn't. My
Oh,
friend went and she kind of live video called me so I could see the Rath Yatra live. So that was nice.
that's nice. Glad that some of your friends could go. Very nice. So the spirit of cooperation, the spirit of collaboration we see here. The moon, the stars, the birds, the breeze, the flowers, the lotuses, the jasmines, the fragrance, the bees. They're all serving Krishna. The garments, the garlands, they're all serving the gopis in different ways. They're not saying, hey, why are you here? Why you are not doing this? Why I am a better, devotee. I need exclusive presence with Krishna. No. Everyone is doing their best and Krishna is reciprocating. Krishna is happy. Krishna is happy to see the devotees working together and serving him. Okay, next. 23. Anyone? Iti Mataji or Shital Mataji, are you in a position?
Hare Krishna, I can read it. जगतु सर्वभूतानां मनःश्रवणमङ्गलं तौ कल्पयन्तो युगपत् स्वरामण्डलामूर्छितम्. Translation: Krishna and Balram sang, producing the entire range of musical sounds simultaneously. Their singing brought happiness to the ears and minds of all living beings. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Krishna and Balram are the source of the entire musical sounds, entire range simultaneously. Like we can't conceive this how the Supreme Lord is singing, right? How much joy it will bring to everyone's ears. Their singing brings happiness to the ears and the minds of all living beings, all living beings. Their singing, their words, Mangalam, Shravana Mangalam, Shravana Mangalam. Can anyone think of something from Shravana Mangalam? Jayati Tedhikam Janmana Vraja. Is that the it's from the Gopi Gita, which we recently read.
Yes, Prabhuji, there was Shravana Mangalam in one of the verses.
Shravanamangalam Himadatam.
Bhuvi Grinanti Ye Bhurida Jana. The first line is not coming in my mind.
Yes, yes. Even I have blank.
Yeah. Shrav Katha. Anyways, yeah, it's in the Gopi Gita. Very, very important verse.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Tava kathamritam Shravanamangalam
Tapta Jivanam.
Tajivanam. Tava
Katha
kathamritam Tapta Jivanam
Jivanam.
Shravanamangalam
Bhuvi Grinanti.
Ita Jana.
So,
No,
Nahi.
it's
I think it's
Kavi
Prabhuji.
Viritam.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kavi Viridtam Bhurida Jana Shravanamangalam
Jivadatatam.
Srimadatam
Bhuvi Grinanti.
Nintye Bhurida Jana. Something like that, probably.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kavibhiriditam. Tat Shravar kavibhiriditam.
No, this is like that, bro.
Different? Yeah,
Tava,
you have.
no, Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kaviviritam Kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadatam Bhuvi Grinanti Ye Bhurida Jana.
So we learn the importance of cooperation. Thank you for all your nice cooperation and inputs. We somehow figured it out. Very, very important verse. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu loved hearing this verse. If you remember, we discussed, and while you were, this is very, very nice verse. So Shravana Mangalam comes there. So basically what? Whoever hears to Krishna, uska mangal hota hai. Shravana Mangala. Sarva Bhutana Manaha. Our minds are so agitated, is it not? And there is inauspicious all around. Floods coming, health issues, wealth issues, relationship issues, family issues, work issues, manager issues, political issues, so many issues. But Shravana Mangalam, Krishna Katha is the solution. The music from Krishna's, and every word is music, right? In spiritual world, when Krishna speaks, every word is music. Entire range of music. All the 7 notes, all the 3 scales. All the music is in like 7 notes and 3 scales. Sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni. And the 3 scale, 3 octaves, octaves, octaves. Mand saptak, madhya saptak, tiva saptak, low, medium, high. I don't know a lot about music, but just a little bit. So all the note scales are here. Simultaneously, Krishna and Balram are singing out of love. The gopis are glorifying out of love. Ye tamam prapadyante. Krishna and Balram are also singing out of love. If we approach Krishna out of love, Krishna will give us pure love. If we approach with some hidden agendas, ulterior motives, then Krishna will give those. He'll help purify, but why don't we approach for the best? Krishna and Balram love us so much that for our pleasure they are singing, right? That's a mood here. They're singing for the pleasure of gopis and for all the living entities. Currency of the spiritual world is what? What's the currency? What's the mulya to go to spiritual world or to be in spiritual world?
Greed.
Greed, tat lalyam iti mulya, very nice. Spiritual greed, love. Yeah, so spiritual greed, lalyam, or spiritual love, prema. Prema pumartho mahan. Very nice. Let's see if Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur mentions here. So, text number 22 and 3. Since they must be vibrated separately, it is impossible for other persons to produce all the musical tones simultaneously. Nevertheless, Krishna and Balaram were exhibiting at one time a melody consisting of entire range of musical notes. Swara Mandala Murchitam, in such a way to create auspiciousness for the mind and the ears. So this is extraordinary music. So music is also ultimately coming from Krishna and Balaram, especially the music which is in Satogun or pure Satogun, which is Shuddha Sattva. That means sometimes, hearing nice kirtan based on your mood. Let's say you want to relax, you can hear nice, small, like slow kirtan. You want to hear in the morning, maybe prayers. There's so many wonderful devotees and have so many wonderful like ashtakams, prayers, stotras, etc. So we must take advantage of that. It will please our mind, it will please our senses, it will calm down our mind and ears, and it creates all auspiciousness.
That a business owner has.
One in particular I would like to bring to your attention, talking about music, talking about ashtakams and all. So, there's one devotee called, I'm sure you all may have so many devotees, you may feel inspired and you may hear their wonderful classes, which is absolutely fine. I want to share in particular this devotee, Purushottama Prabhu, the
श्रीगजेन्द्र उवाच
from ISKCON Chopad.
ॐ नमो
He has very well
भगवते
in his
तस्मै
podcast very nicely
यत
like
एतच्चिदात्मकम्
and very fantastic.
पुरुषायादिबीजाय परेशायापि धीमहि
And there is no playlist.
यस्मिन् इदं यतश्चेदं येने
But you can have his playlist from the Hare Krishna TV. Like this is Mukunda.
विशतु मानसराजहंसः प्राणाप्रयाणसमये कफवातपित्तै
If you feel inspired, you can add it to your favorites or whatever way. So if you in the morning or no, anytime you can hear. I'm sure there are a lot more devotees, a lot more wonderful. We can all have our favorites, and this music, like the point is, transcendental music connected to Krishna brings happiness. Shravana Mangalam. That's a key point for today. Shravana Mangalam. So we'll pause at that point. We covered till text 23. And the Lord is so happy that He is singing for His devotees. When devotee dance, the Lord dances with them. When the devotee chants, the Lord chants with them. When the Lord is willing to please His devotee, to assist His devotee in whatever way He can, because He is impressed by the currency of love. Any quick thoughts, comments, or questions before we wrap up? Anyone has? Okay, we'll pause here. Granthar Srimad Bhagavatam Purana ki jai, Jagat Guru Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaur Bhaktarinda ki jai, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya evacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.
Thank you for